thank you guys for the incredible season we had. You know, obviously didn't end the way we wanted it, but we played fantastic football until the very end. And I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys' work and dedication. This is going to take you. These are just the learning blocks moving forward as you go into high school next year, playing high school ball. It's gonna you're gonna take what you learned through your years of youth football, and you'll be that much farther ahead getting into high school. I'm excited to see how you guys do at the high school level. I like to thank my coaches.
He didn't want it.
I like to thank all my coaches. So we had more coaches when the season started. Kind of like how, I guess, players, we lost players, we lost who's coaches. But I appreciate the coaches, their hard work and dedication, being at practice, dealing with you kids, and sometimes that's harder than it needs to be. And nothing happens this season without, of course, the kids and the coaching staff. And I want everybody to give them a round of applause and thank them. We're all volunteers up here. They volunteer their time outside of their everyday life. And Dre, all you got to do is give me a little bit of time, and then you can be as disruptive to anybody else you want to, okay? Today, just let's focus. All right. So, what? All right, quiet. So what we're going to do, and I'd like to thank the parents. Get your kids to practice. Keeping them involved in the program all year long. I know it's hard. I know you guys got a lot going on, and get your kids to practice and make it a regular routine and stuff.
Yeah.
Also want to thank you to the parents that helped beyond that. Miss Offie, Bonnie over there, Dell. We've got some gifts for you guys up here.
Oh yeah, Dale.
Can everybody hear me okay? I'm not talking to you.
You guys can hear him this time.
Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. Miss Laura over there, she put together all the extra gifts for the team parents and my coaches. So let's all give her a round of applause. She also picked out the design for our trophies, for our specialty trophies every year. So we're going to get this started. We're going to go through and we're going to have some coaches start by handing out some trophies here. So I'll do the first one and we'll kick it off from there. All right. So this gentleman right here coached him since 10U. And he gets more difficult every year, right? That I coach him. But to be honest, this year he really came through. He really was more focused, more dedicated, paid attention, listened more than usual. And I think he had a fantastic growth from last year to this year. And it's going to be really interesting to see how he progresses moving forward. And if he keeps on the same track, I can see him having a good high school career. So that is Nehemiah. I knew you were going to
All right. So, the player that I have here, it was my first year coaching with you guys, so I didn't really know any of you guys from the past, except for one person, Tyson. He's not here. Oh yeah, Tyson. I knew him from the past. No, that's not. It's not you. But this player, it was his first year playing football, and also he didn't speak English as well, so it was kind of hard for him to communicate with all the other players. But we found a position for him, and he was a great kicker. He was our kicker. 5 field goals in a row. Yeah, 5 field goals. 5 field goals in a row. And that's Francisco. You gotta go.
You gotta go to the coach. No, here, Francisco.
How y'all doing? So this is also this is also my first year coaching.
Bro, hey, quiet.
Wayne did it. Nah, it wasn't Wayne. So this player here showed a lot of effort every play, every practice he was there. Attentive, trying to get better every day. This is Justin.
All right, this player, I think it was his first year on the team. And when I met him, I couldn't quite figure out what I'm gonna do with this guy. But, you know, as more and more he started showing up in that practice, you know, he started showing out. And, you know, and he started pounding our veteran guys, you know, so I was really impressed, but, you know, I was like, man, I hope this kid shows up for the game, because, you know, he's doing real good in practice, and but, you know, I hope he continues. Jose.
Oh yeah!
This next kid, so he came to the team in 10U year, and just a natural athlete. I remember this, our championship game against Parkland. The ball gets thrown, bounces, he remember it bounced off his head or off his shoulder pad, turns around and drops right back into his arms. And he continues to run. And then our first game, I just saw this video a couple weeks ago. First game of that season, he's running down the sideline, gets wrapped up, spins out of it, and scores a touchdown. You know, this, if he works hard, puts in the effort, trains hard through high school, he can get into a good school and be a phenomenal athlete moving forward. And that's Stray Sean.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Oh, they do. All right. guy here, he was trying to find the word. He was real aggressive and he was outspoken. But he has a lot of physical ability. He's one of the players that when I first came to the team that I could see him going to college, high school, easy, be a college player, maybe even to the NFL. That's Curtis.
So this player here showed tremendous heart throughout the whole season. No matter what we asked him to do, he was up for it. He never, got mad or turned his head down about anything. He just stepped in and did his job, and that's Carter.
Oh yeah, Carter!
This player, I was very fortunate to meet and help coach this year. Beginning of the season, when he started lining up with guys that were bigger than him, I could see there was a little hesitant there. But I kept talking to him. Listen, man, your speed is what's gonna kill these guys. And slowly but surely, he came into his own. I could see this kid, in the future, because this kid has no fear, and he works really hard and he pays attention. And I think that day, after he started feeling himself, he could take anybody on, he almost took me out doing practice. And it really caught me by surprise, and I was really mad. But I was like, man, this kid can hit. But yeah, Malachi.
He said ice pipe. That's
all right, this next player. So now I'm into my tiny tank guys right now. So the guys I coach from AU. So this next player, I've watched him grow for the past. Hey, what's going on? I watched the growth of this player, and this year, the one thing I saw out of him more than the other years before is just the confidence in himself. The fear. I saw fear in his eyes in the previous seasons. This year, that wasn't there. He wasn't intimidated by anybody else. He was a leader, unspoken leader on the team with his action. And I'll never forget 8U when the ref says, "Hey, that girl plays pretty good football." I said, "No, that's not a girl, that's a boy." And it's Omaha.
This next player, he was new to the team. New to the team. Second year playing football, and I remember during the hitting drills, first week,
Hey,
I didn't know if he was gonna make it. You know, a lot of the kids were bigger than him. Some of them were a year older than him. But man, he once he seen that he could actually hit and actually bring people down, and he started seeing that how much skills he actually had that he didn't know he might have had. He made it through, and he was there every practice. Very proud of him, Nino.
a lot of growth from Nino during the season.
Good job, man.
Well, this player is also a second-year player.
Quiet.
Showed a lot of heart, a lot of determination. Even though he was hurt a lot, but when he was at practice, he always showed that he wanted to be there, especially knowing how much pain he was actually dealing with. If he keeps it up and works hard, you know, he could be a good player one day. Jalen.
Great teammate.
You know, this is one of the players, one of my big guys. It was real fun watching him play and practice. You know, the kid he does the baddest splits I've ever seen. You know, I was like, man, you're pretty flexible for a big dude. So, and I know this kid is gonna be good. You know, I can't wait to see him, you know, play, you know, in the future. And that's all.
So this next player, again, had him as a tiny tank 8U. Now, when I say this guy's grown over the last 6 years, I mean he's grown over the last 6 years. I remember first season out there at 8U. Every time we go for a water break, I see him over there sitting in a lawn chair, right? Getting rested up. And I from the joke at the beginning was 8-year-old in a 65-year-old's body, right? Just the way he walks, the way he carries himself, looks like he's been working a lifetime. His dad says he doesn't work a lick at all, but he carries himself like he's beating his body up working. And again, being one of my 8U guys, very dependable, always at practice, games. Curtis, what's wrong, dude? Hey guys, can we just show a little respect for your teammates? Shouldn't be this hard. That's the big man himself, Troy.
Next player. Good hustler. Always at practice hustling, giving it his all every play. I remember when I first started out with you guys, I'm bad with names, so I would mispronouncing you guys' names a lot, asking you 1,000 times, what's your name? And I guess this player got kind of tired of me asking. I couldn't pronounce his name, so he just said, call me SL. So I was like, oh, that's cool, because I like dealing with cars. I did SL, it kind of reminds me of a car. So, and that's Salia. Salia, okay.
Hey, eyes up! Let's go! Let's go! Pay attention, let's go. Let's go.
So this player joined our team a little late, but as soon as he got there, I knew we had a good player on our hands. No matter what you asked him to do, he did it with all his effort. Smart, made a lot of good choices with his head. He just stepped in and did his job and whatever was asked of him. Nolan.
Oh yeah! He was so nice to me. Only me.
So last 3 or 4 years, coaching this kid, man, it was so fun to see him. When I met him, and I don't know what his football experience at that time was, but he ended up being the smallest dude on my offensive line, and I coached him up as the best I can, and the kid held his own, and he always kept telling me, man, he doesn't want to play this position, but I was like, man, listen, you play this position, when you get into your high school, you're gonna know what that position does, so use this experience in this position to learn what you're gonna do to him when you get older. And slowly but surely, man, he started coming into his own, started using his speed, and he was just killing it out there. And this award with Tyler.
Oh yeah! Got a finger ran the wrong way.
Hey, quiet. Hey, all right, so this next young man, again, played for me as a tiny tank. Probably all the way up to last season, played the line, and became a very versatile player on our team this season. And I'm going to go back to our last game against Parkland in the playoffs. He played sideline to sideline, making plays, putting hits on people, played an incredible game, played incredible all season long, and it was a pleasure to coach this young man, and that's Mr. Wayne.
Oh yeah!
This next player, what really stands out about this player to me is he was always wanting to get in the game. He was always there, right by my side, right by the other coach's side. I remember one game we were playing and the coaches were yelling, "We gotta fill that gap, we gotta fill that gap." And on my side, I hear a player say, "Coach, I'll fill that gap." He was always ready to get in the game. Scored him a couple touchdowns too.
Oh yeah, Jerome Bettis.
That's skill.
He's a Holly kid.
Quiet.
This player here, one of you guys' team leaders, I would say. You guys looked up to him a lot. He didn't miss many practices. He was always there. He's always showed up, always ready to play, always gave effort no matter what. Christian.
Oh yeah!
All right, so again, another AU guy. First game ever. I couldn't find a back to run up the middle. Only had one. take the back. I had one back that would run up the middle, and I ran him 99% of the time because every other back I wanted to run 16 power, wanted to bounce outside. And I felt so bad because I felt like I almost killed the kid that game. And his mom comes up to me after, no, he loved it. You know, he's one of, not to bash any of you guys, but he's been one of the best athletes I've ever coached. Just overall football IQ, seeing the field, heart. His heart for the game is one of the biggest hearts I've seen. For not just the game, but for his teammates. You know, he wanted injured, being abused on the field. He wanted to go back in. He didn't want to let his team down. There were times I had to physically pull him out of games because of that. And that is JoJo. No.
Oh yeah, JoJo!
Miles. Before we get into these trophies here really quick, can I get Miss Offie, Bonnie, and Dell up here? Well, I'm going to do these ones here. And then for the team. Okay, yeah. Yep. Okay, so, again, Miss Laura, my girlfriend, she picked out, she put all these things together for the team moms, the managers. And so this first team mom has been my team on with my program since 8U. Very, you know, I really take advantage of the team moms and managers. They really do everything I don't want to do, but they're very important, very key. Because if you guys like your Thursday night potlucks, if you like to have oranges at halftime, snacks at the end of the game, these are the people that make sure these things happen. Because it's not me. If you got oranges at halftime or not, or snacks, or Thursday night potlucks, doesn't matter to me, it matters to them.
Oh, you broke his trophy! The first one down!
Okay, shh.
Hey, quiet! We'll take it in, no, but, so, this one's been with me since the beginning, and I appreciate everything she's done, and this is awesome. This next one's been a pain in my butt for a few years. So, the first year, I would say, the beginning of the first year, a little rough between us, I think, just a little bit. Right? He would always come up and we would have conversations, but I think once he understood me and I understood him, I think we became very good acquaintances on the football field. He's been very helpful for the program, for our kids, for our parents. He's done a lot of things, and I'm very grateful for him. And that's down.
New wrestling shoes.
And now this team mom, first year, kid's first year with us, her first year helping out with us, and she was very helpful. It's a lot of work. Parents, if you don't know, it's a lot of work to, number one, deal with me. It's a lot of work making sure everything's in order for games and practices. So it's no small task. And for my appreciation, thank you, Bonnie. Put together, I baked all these myself last night. But I picked it all out. Thank you. I picked it out this morning. But Coach Darren, I'm very appreciative of the work you did this year, and like you said, you came in green, and I think by the end of the year, you meshed very well, and you improved. I'm very happy with you working with me this year, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This next coach, first year coach with me, the coach I've missed for the last couple years is that the hype guy, the energy guy. This guy had it. He was very energized. Practices, games, picking up key things, helping everybody else out. Would do what's asked. No questions asked. Very appreciative. Thank you, Darius. All right. This coach has the oldest 14U kids playing football. I had to call him up and tell him he was coming back to coach this year. He didn't have a choice. And I've known him since 8U. He's coached for me a few years out of the 6-year span, and I appreciate. Well, what about that 12 kid season at 9U? Yeah, that was great. Yeah. That's Coach Godfrey. This last person, this is the guy behind. Ever watch Wizard of Oz? Behind the curtain. That's who this guy is. Does all our video work, and he's quiet, but assertive and knows what he's doing, and I appreciate it. Without his work for the past 6 years, we wouldn't have done as well as we have. Thank you, Noah.
All right, yeah, I got some special awards I'm going to hand out here, and I'm sure all you parents, the kids probably don't realize it, but to run a franchise like this takes a lot of work. It takes the board members. We got board members that are working year round to make this thing work for your kids, and a lot of us have been doing it for a long time. And I got a special award here. So we give out a lifetime Hawk Award, we call it, for our players, which we'll get to in a minute, and our board members. And Laura, you want to come up here? Laura's retiring after many, many years of helping us. And give her a huge hand. We got her a nice spot. Lifetime Hawk Award. We won't want to drop it.
Yeah, I won't break it.
You're welcome. All right, you're welcome. And she's going to help me give out some other special words right now. So like I said, the way youth sports work nowadays, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because not too many kids will stick out all their youth football career, or baseball career, or basketball career, or soccer, whatever they're doing, with one franchise anymore. Everybody's always trying to jump around from franchise to franchise, chasing championships or whatever they're doing. But once in a while, you got some kids that are dedicated to the program in their community, and we have a few kids that have done that with the Federal Way Hawks. And we want to make sure that we give them some special awards for that, because we really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate all you kids that came and played for us. But these kids have been here, like Coach Sean said, since they were 8 years old. So they went through the whole franchise with us. So we call it a Lifetime Hawk Award. And
We waited a lifetime for this, right, Omaha?
Yeah. And we got oh, here's the box here. We got 5 of them. We got five kids that have been with us since they were 8 years old. And they're now, what, 13 or 14 years old. So they've been here 5-6 years. I guess we'll start. Unfortunately, Chester's not here. Which really bums me out. Because all 5 of these kids right here are like family to me and to the Hawks franchise. Yeah, we've known them forever, and we've known their families, and they're great. But yeah, I wish Chester was here, but we got one for Chester.
So, really quick with Chester. Chester didn't play our tiny tank year with us. He played up, and I had to negotiate a 6-bag jerky deal to get Chester to play down with us.
You guys know Chester, I have to bring tons of beef jerky to every
So
game.
that's just a nice little story I want to tell about.
And grapes.
Chester.
That was negotiated with his dad, Una.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is Troy. You can take it out if you want. I don't want to take it out of it.
Thank you for hanging it down.
This one, we got his little brother now. We got his little brother coming up through now. So hopefully we'll have him and be doing this in about 5 years with him. But wait. Oh, yeah. He was on the Indians. Alright, so there's 2 more of you. You know who you are, right? Yeah. Miles, come on up. And then my guy here, his family, I mean, we couldn't do this without his family. Love him. Hoppy and Noah both volunteered to come back, even knowing he's going to have to move on because he's too old. They're still going to come back and help with the franchise to help us keep everything going. We can't do it without them.
So one thing I wanted to say to Omaha, since Tiny Tank's here, Sean was running a little bit late for school, and Omaha would always come and help, not late for school, late for work. But Omaha would always help come get everything set up, get everything out of the truck for me. And known his family when they moved to California for a while, we kept in touch. And one of the best things was when we did Farm League, they came to our first game and surprised us that they had moved back. And you want to know what we did? I had an extra helmet, and I had all the jerseys in the car, and we stuck Omaha right on the field that day. So, what was one you need your hot word, and you stick it out, and beaver for you, and beaver for you, love you.
That's all I got. I just wanted to hand out those special ones. It's back in Coach Sean's hands.
So really quick, the guys that weren't here.
Oh, wait, one more thing. I'm sorry. One more thing. So, Coach Sean actually was going to retire this year. Because his job was just so hectic and everything, right? And so that's why there was kind of the coaching deal at the beginning of the year. You guys all know what I'm talking about. So I actually had one of these plaques for Coach Sean for his lifetime award, right? But he enjoyed coaching you guys, and this is what he has told me. He enjoyed coaching you guys so much this year when he came back, that he had the best time that he's had in a long time coaching for the Hawks, that he's coming back next year to be our AU coach.
Oh, yeah!
Hey, so the guys that didn't make it today, honorable mentions here. We got Jaden, Chance, Jason, Drayden, KK. Then we got ones that haven't been here for a while. But, you know, those guys were, everybody's instrumental to a team. It doesn't matter if you got a roster of 11 or a roster of 30. It takes the whole team to have great things on at practice. So the Jason, the Braden, the KK, the Jaden, the Chance, Corday doesn't have one up here. But yeah, all those guys. I don't know where some of those guys went, but thank them very much. And if you see them at school, tell them I appreciate the work they did put in. All right, so I have done this since 8U. All right, so we're going to start with the defensive most improved player. I've coached this kid since 10U. He played, like earlier said, we put him in different positions, played from between 10U, from the line to back to the linebackers at the this past season. He played receiver, he played tight end. He did what you asked of him to do. Maybe he gave a little bit of lift, but for the most part, he did what he just went out there and he did it. He had questions, he asked the questions. And that's Mr. Tyler Cannon.
Oh, yes!
All right.
Hey, Tyler.
All right,
Tyler,
so
don't break that one.
this was, okay, so this player here, from the beginning of the season, there was something I saw. I'm like, we're going to be able to use this. This is going to have an impact on this team this year. And it was the first few games, and then we had to put in some injuries happened. We had to make some changes, and we put this kid in, and he did a phenomenal job. Over everybody's expectations, even his own parents. And for a kid that's never played tackle football before, and he threw that beautiful pass in the playoff game for a touchdown, and that is our quarterback.
Oh, yeah, Joe!
So this is the Trenchman Award. Trenchman, okay? This is our offensive, defensive lineman award. And I'll keep this short. I'll just remember when I said, Omaha, what are you doing over here? And he got 10 Debut year got driven all the way from the line of scrimmage, 20, 30 yards to the sideline. And I'm looking on the ground, what are you doing over here? And it was, I went back and looked at the film, and yes, we were double teamed. But this year he had a phenomenal year on both offense and defense, getting in the backfield, holding his blocks. He started at center, and he moved to tackle. On offense, he was our long snapper, and that's Omaha. Oh yeah, I saw. I should. Yeah. I saw. Hey, it was on Facebook. This next player. This is the defensive MVP, and most impactful guy on the defense. Filled the gap, hard hitting, blew plays up. When I knew if there's somebody I had to count on to keep that defense together, to stop that play, this is the guy, and that is the defensive MVP, Mr. Wayne Oliver. Young man, I would call him out at practice, and I go, hey, what's your job? I think he's not paying attention. I go, what's your job? What are you supposed to do? And he tells me, I'm like, oh. So he would surprise me again and again. He came up to me at the during the playoff game, and he said, hey, coach, I got a mismatch here. I said, all right, let's do it. So we called the play. Nolan took it, threw it down the field, caught it. Who did you beat? Beat Scotty. Scotty was a former Hawk, and scored that touchdown against the Parkland Raiders that game. Again, offensively, one of the top receivers we had, and that is Dre Sean. All right, so this one, I was overrode on this one. So the coaches, I let the coaches vote on these trophies. I didn't pick them. I tie broke. If there was ties, I would tie break them. But the coaches gave me their top guys. That's what we went with. And I feel with this trophy, I'm playing a lot of favoritism. And I'll explain why, because all but 1 year, this guy's won the MVP. And he deserves it for sure, but I just feel like there's some favoritism there. But again, he played offense, defense, gave everything he had, the heart. I mean, this guy probably played more snaps throughout the season than anybody else. And he never slowed down. And that is Miles. So, again, I want to thank the parents. I want to thank the kids, the coaches, everybody that worked, the team managers, team moms. I want to thank you all. And at the end, before we get out of here, I like to get the whole team together with their trophies, get pictures, the Lifetime Hawk Awards, get pictures. You got anything else, Marty? Coaches have anything? No. All right. All right. Family. Thank you.